You ordered your fence and gates. Let's get you ready for delivery. Hey everyone, Jason from Iron Fence Shop. Congrats, you ordered your fence and gates. The next step is to get you ready for delivery. So today I wanted to go over 6 items to be aware of before the trucking company shows up at your house. Item number 1 is communication prior to delivery. For residential deliveries, you're going to get 2 heads up between us and the trucking company. The first communication is going to be from me. When the order leaves my warehouse, I'm going to send you an email with 3 key bits of information. The trucking company bringing you the order, your tracking number or pro number as they call it, and the phone number of the local terminal. Now if you go ahead and you look on the carrier's website, do not go off the date on the carrier's website. That is just an estimation of when you're going to get it. What will happen when they get it at the local terminal is they'll give you a phone call, and that leads us into communication number 2. As I mentioned, the second bit of communication will be from the trucking company directly. When they've got it at the local terminal closest to your house, they're going to call and give you a day and probably a window time to be prepared to receive them. So to recap, you're going to get a heads up email from me that it's on the road, and you're going to get a phone call from the trucking company letting you know when to expect it at your house. Item number 2 is to be aware of what the delivery is going to look like when it arrives. Now that you get your delivery day scheduled, let's take a closer look at what it's going to look like when they open the doors. Delivery will be a little different than getting an Amazon package or an appliance delivered. Fence and gates are large pieces and can only be shipped via freight service that typically uses enclosed semi-trucks. When the truck arrives, the delivery will be made at the end of your driveway off the back of the trailer. The trucks are too long to safely back up driveways. 99% of the time this isn't an issue, but if a tractor trailer can't access your street, be sure to mention that to us when ordering and to the trucking company when they call to schedule delivery. Once the truck parks and opens the doors, you'll be able to see your delivery. It will be banded and shrink wrapped to a heavy-duty wood pallet for fence panels, small gates, and posts. You may have 1 or several pallets depending on your order size. If you ordered one of our larger driveway gates, it may be stood up on an A-frame pallet like this. This protects the gate from having other shipments stacked on it and takes up less room on the trailer floor. The gate lease will be stood up, and any posts, gate opener systems, and hardware will be banded along the bottom of the pallet. Within your delivery bundle, your fence panels, gates, and posts will be individually wrapped to protect them. Your fence panels and gates will have a cardboard cap top and bottom with a clear protective wrap like these photos show. Your posts will have protective sleeving, and all your smaller fence bracket, gate hardware, and install kit items will be combined in cardboard boxes. Item number 3 is to be flexible on timing and check in with the trucking company the day of delivery. We recommend calling the trucking company early the morning of your delivery day just to make sure you're on the truck and dispatched out. Keep in mind too that if you've got a window time and you're 30 minutes away from the end of it, that might be a good time to check in with the trucking company to make sure there haven't been any delays or problems with the shipment. There could be 10 to 50 other orders on that same trailer with your fence order. So keep in mind that you need to be a little flexible as the trucking company's not sure if some of those stops are going to take 10 minutes or some of them are going to take an hour and a half. So we recommend keep in contact with the trucking company, be a little flexible on time, and be understanding that there are things like mechanical breakdowns and traffic delays. Item number 4 is to have 2 people to help the driver offload the order. Now while the driver typically will help offload your stuff, he can't do it alone. The pallets are typically too long and too heavy to move around the trailer, and even if they get it on the liftgate, we still want you to be able to go through the pallet and look at things. Now if you've got a larger order of 30 panels or more, you may want to enlist the help of more like 3 to 4 people just so that you're not there all day taking the things off the truck. You're going to break down the pallet and take the pieces off one by one. Now while this does sound like a lot of work, I promise you it's much safer and it gives you a chance to put eyes on everything. Chances are if there's any damages, 9 times out of 10 they're not where you're going to see them. They're going to be at the bottom of the stack or somewhere in the middle. Even if you've got equipment to take the stuff off the truck, I still recommend going through it piece by piece just to make sure you can inspect everything. Item number 5 is to count all your panels, posts, and gates as they come off the truck and do a quick visual inspection. We recommend having your order confirmation on hand that we emailed you when you ordered, because that's got a nice clean breakdown of everything that was on the order with a count. A lot of times the trucking companies will tear off our packing list or bill of ladings, and you'll want to make sure you have something that has a count of all your pieces on there at delivery. We're mainly concerned about counting the big pieces, your panels, your posts, and your gates. All your small stuff like your brackets and gate hardware that come in the cardboard boxes, you don't need to go through and count all those while the driver's there. So long as you see the boxes and there's no holes torn in them, go ahead and set them aside and just focus on the big parts. As you take the panels, gates, and posts down one by one, give them a quick visual inspection. Look through that clear plastic in the middle for any kind of bent pickets. Check the cardboard top and bottom, look for any kind of holes, rips, or tears that need a closer visual look. The thing we want to do is a quick visual inspection. We're not looking to rip them open with cardboard and plastic flying everywhere. Now if you do notice what looks to be a bent picket or you see some broken parts of the top or bottom in the cardboard, set that piece aside, keep moving through the main order. We'll go through those at the end of the delivery. Final item number 6 is to note any damages on the driver's paperwork before the driver leaves. Typically the driver's going to have some paperwork that you signed to say that you took delivery of the order. Now usually what will happen is they'll take a copy of them and you'll keep a copy as well. They may also have an e-tablet where you do an e-signature as well saying that you did receive the delivery. Now when we're discussing noting shipping damages, we aren't talking about little things like nicks, chips, and scratches. We're talking about major items like bent pickets, broken finials, dented gate frames, things you typically can't address with some touch-up paint. If you have a damaged piece, there are two key things we need you to do. First is not to send anything back with the driver. Even if the driver tells you to send the damaged piece back with them, don't do it. In my 12 years of doing this so far, we've never had a carrier call to say, hey, we broke your stuff. So we want you to hang on to that piece. Even if we're replacing it for you, it could act as a spare or be useful in the layout somewhere else. The second and most important thing we need to do is mark those damages on the paperwork the driver's taking with them. Be sure that when that driver takes his paperwork with him, it says something like 1 damaged panel, 1 damaged gate leaf, something to that effect, noting it was caught at delivery. If your driver has an e-tablet, make sure they give you a damage or a case number as well. So long as the damages are noted on both copies of the paperwork before the driver leaves, that still allows us to intervene as the shipper. What that means is that we'll work to get you taken care of right away, and we'll deal with filing the freight claim and chasing it for the next 6 to 8 weeks. We can only help you if you note those damages at the time of delivery and it's on the paperwork the driver takes with them. Once you've noted the damages, go ahead and let the driver leave. At this point, take some pictures of the damaged pieces, take a picture of that paperwork showing that you noted it, or give us the case or damage number from the e-tablet, and send them over to us so we can see what we need to do to get the situation taken care of for you. Now we understand this process can sound a little intimidating, but we want to be transparent so that you're prepared and you know what to expect. Now if you're running into damage or delivery issues you aren't sure how to handle, feel free to reach out to us for help too. We're in the office Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So there's 6 key items to be aware of when taking delivery of your fence or gate order. Be sure to check us out here at ironfenceshop.com. Now that you got your materials, want more info on marking your layout and setting your posts, check out this video we did. Now if you have any further questions, feel free to shoot us an email at sales@ironfenceshop.com or give us a call at 800-261-2729. We look forward to hearing from you.